everybody, it's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S, Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Hey everybody, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 622. We are that podcast talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
I'm Ari Rockefeller.
And I am Mako-chan.
And how is everybody doing tonight?
Tired as all hell.
Meh.
A little emotional. I will discuss during my weekend day, and I'll explain all of that. So, and I still have yet to talk about it on my personal Facebook. So, don't worry, y'all. It's nothing bad. That I do promise. So, anywho, as you can see, we started almost on time tonight. And I'll get to that in just a bit. So, we are live tonight, week of February 20th, 2024, right here on Twitch TV. We're always live when we can be, Tuesdays from 9 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time here on Twitch. You will always find us at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session. We're also proud to be part of the Voice of Geeks Network at vognetwork.com. And you can always find them at vognetwork.com. And they're also on Twitch. You can find the rest of us at Twitch TV/VOG Network. They kick things off on Sunday with the Bobby Blackwolf Show at 8, followed by Orange Lounge Radio at 9. And come hang out in our Discord, vognetwork.com/Discord. Every show as part of the Voice of Geeks Network has a channel, so come through, hang out, and have a good time. We tend to congregate more in the OLR channel than anywhere else, but, it is what it is, so. And now that we got that out the way, we're going to go around the room with how was your week? How was your day? Ari, how was your week? How was your day?
Mostly work-related stuff. I was on a split week this last week, so that meant I only got one day off in between. Before starting a stretch of Monday through Friday. At least it's on the morning shift, so I can actually go to bed at a semi-decent time and, just do normal everyday things.
Yeah.
Also, my birthday is next week, and I'm not really feeling it for any kind of reason.
You know what you should do? Just
what?
For your birthday, just take yourself out to some dinner, come home and watch TV. It's your day, do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah, I've already taken off from work.
Yeah.
Definitely not going into work on my birthday.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, I don't mind working on my birthday. What's funny is nobody at my job knows my birthday except for HR.
I'm guessing that's by design?
More or less. See, some companies do this where they will post like at the end of the month or at the beginning of the month, all of the birthdays in that month. And they would have like a little celebratory get together. And it could be like cake or pastries or whatever. And from what I was told before I started there, they would post the days, like the birth dates. And I guess some people didn't like it, and they took it off. It's sort of like
it could give people anxiety attacks for all you know.
Yeah, it's sort of like how on my personal Facebook, my birthday is listed, but not my birth date,
Like the year?
Yeah. And I realized there's a lot of people that don't listen. I'm just like, good, I'm not the only one.
Like, I'm going to be 42. What am I doing with my fucking life?
I see your 2 and raise you by 3. Or the way this year is going, 4.
And still occasionally looking at houses.
Yeah.
But obviously getting the money for them is going to be the biggest challenge.
That reminds me something of a meme that somebody posted. It's like, the banks think my credit's not good enough for a $1,500 mortgage payment, but yet here I am in a $2,000 a month apartment paying rent.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Make it make sense.
Oh well, I wish I could.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry that if you've been, waiting for me to wow you with how my day's been going. I'm sorry it's been a blah again.
It happens to all of us. I ain't even sweating it.
So that's how things have been going for me.
Mako-chan, how was your week? How was your day?
I put together a shit ton of Legos.
Neat. What sets?
I ended up getting a couple of like the stem flower sets.
Nice.
Comes with like 2 stems worth of flowers. So I got 3 sets, and I had started working on them when I first got them, and then put them to the side. So this weekend I finished them all, and had a bouquet of sakura blossoms and lotuses.
Nice.
Cool.
I still got 3 whole sets queued up and waiting for me.
Yeah, I have the bonsai set. I'm getting a light kit to go with it. So once I get the light kit, then I'll start on that one.
Well, that's good. So my weekend day has been, the usual more or less. I did an extra load of laundry because I have a friend who's coming to hang out with me this weekend because she couldn't make it 2 weeks ago, so that's taken care of. Let's see, what else did I do? I actually went to see The Life and Slimes of Mark Summers. It was an amazing play / game show.
Cool.
Yeah. Basically, it's a one-man story of Mark Summers, the other popular Berkowitz. If you look up Wikipedia, you'll understand what I mean by that. And he talks about growing up in Minneapolis, getting into TV, being a page, doing Double Dare, dealing with his OCD-ness. And he actually had an impromptu Double Dare game show as part of it, and a couple of other stunts. It was really cool. And the thing is, I knew oh, you had that problem too? Look, there have been times I hear the phone and I'm just like, shit, I hope the mic didn't pick that up. And I'm just over here just tapping away to like mute it. But back to this. I knew about Mark Summers and his OCD because I read up on that. And it got a little dark at times because this man was just going into his personal life and then bringing it out, and it was really good. I might go back and see it again. This time, get a VIP ticket, because if you get the VIP pass, you get a meet and greet with him.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, and you could also get one if you're picked, because if you sign the waivers to do the stunts, and these are very simple stuff. You're not doing any jumping around or anything. It's just like moving back and forth. There's that. So, and the shirt, which I have, actually, it's folded up in my drawer there. It's in the Double Dare lettering font, and it's either you can get the red shirt or the blue shirt. And that was cool. So
that sounds amazing.
It really was. Let's see. So after I did that, I checked my account, and my Best Buy payment went through. So I pulled the trigger on my PlayStation 5. It will be
nice.
It will be here tomorrow.
Awesome.
So I actually
what games did you get for it?
Believe it or not, I already have games for my PlayStation 5. I have Yohane the Parhelion, the Sunshine in the Mirror game. That I have. I have that for Xbox, but I also have it for PS5 as an import, but it's region free. And I found out that there is a box set that's available, so I'm almost tempted to pick it up for like PS5 or Switch. Thanks, Microsoft. I also have Final Fantasy 16. I bought the collector's edition of that one. Because again, if there's a collector's edition that's available, I will jump on that. And it's far and few you can find it years later, because I think Bayonetta 3's been out a year and a half now. You can still find a collector's edition for like $60-$70 on Amazon, which is kind of shocking, Because most times, if you find a collector's edition, it's at the retail price. It doesn't go on sale. So I got that. I have the 2 terabyte drive. I have a specialty heatsink for it. And on my bed is a box because I ordered specialty PlayStation 5 dark plates. Yeah, because I didn't want the white one, so I got black plates on for it, and there's a giant like grill on the side for the fan to keep it cool. So between now and probably Thursday, I'm going to sit down and take care of that because I will probably set it up this weekend before my friend gets here. Depends on how I feel about that. Let's see, what else is there? I think. Oh yeah, that, and I am going to a wedding in May. My friend Shannon and his fiance, soon to be bride, they are having an Edwardian themed wedding out in Chicago.
Cool.
Sounds nice.
So I basically have my outfit together. All I gotta do is just pull the trigger on Amazon, and I got that. And I was conferring with him back and forth to make sure that I got it right. So basically, if you ever seen Titanic, how they dress in Titanic, or Downton Abbey, like that. So that's all set, and even the font in the invites is Art Deco, which is kind of cool. So I really enjoyed that.
Oh, I love Art Deco stuff.
Yeah. So that's all out of the way. So that's basically is it for the most part. Yeah. All right. So we got that out the way. So we're gonna go ahead and get into housekeeping notes. Let me hit the refresh on this. Oh yeah, I fixed the audio issue on my mixer, so everything is fine. But the screen is still acting odd, so I gotta reach out to them and see if they'll do an advanced replacement, because I honestly don't know how long it'll take for them to get my replacement one. Now, for the most part, I have like a little external sound adapter that I can use for my headphones, which is fine. I could use that, but I can't use it when I'm doing the stream. So I got to find out how long it'll take, or if they will just do an advanced replacement or something like that. Kind of hoping. So, we'll see how that goes. So, as per our housekeeping notes here, don't forget the video podcast of our show is available on YouTube. It's available Thursdays at 12 p.m. And you can go back and see like episodes going back about 2 years that we have available. This is perfect for those who aren't subscribed to our Twitch stream for the archive, so definitely check that out. The only difference is if you go on our YouTube page, it's just the episode itself. There's no pre-show or anything like that, so I don't want the episode to get muted because of the pre-show. Even though it's a cover song, there are some people who sing cover songs. They hit it right on the nose, and it just pings, it flags the servers, so we definitely can't have that. So there's that. Don't forget, our first convention of the year is coming up. ZenkaiCon, which is March 22nd to the 24th, 2024, which is this year, at the Lancaster County Convention Center. We are not doing any panels this year, but I just found out a couple friends of mine are guests, so I'm very happy about that. So we will be interviewing them. That's going to be kind of cool. So definitely come through, hang out. Badges are still available. The hotel is officially sold out, quote unquote. And I say that because of the room block. I just got a room within the block, so I got rid of my rooms outside the block. So if you want to stay and you got $1,500, hey, go for it.
Wait, how much?
Outside of the room block, if we went to the con and we weren't in the room block, it would have ran us about $1,500.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah. I want to thank my friend Rachel, who gave me her room, and Cinnamite, who had a backup room for us. I am so glad she had that. So, because me personally, I feel like when rooms go for hotels, they need to set up like a queue spot for everybody to sit in and grab a room or something like that. That way, even if you don't get the room that you want, you can't say that the site shut down, as opposed to first come, first serve, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Next year, they're just going to have a battle royale for the rooms.
Oh, I am all for that. I'll bring my beating stick. Do this.
Like, yeah, we have 30 rooms available for the 100 people here you're looking to go to the con. Have fun sorting it out yourself.
Thunderdome style, baby.
Uh,
All right, now that we got that out the way, we're going to discuss Geek Roundtable. This is the part of the show where we talk more about the geekier aspects of our life, what we have been up to. So, Ari, what you got for us?
1 second. There we go. I had to finish typing out that thought.
Gotcha.
What I have is this controller they just came in the mail like a couple days ago.
Yeah.
We were talking about it on our Facebook chat, like how this one company was doing controllers based on like different brands and whatnot.
Right.
And I looked at the one for Sriracha. I'm just like, God damn it, I gotta get it now. And I did. It works perfectly with my Switch. You can see the well, instead of it might be a little hard to see, but instead of like L and ZL, it's like R and R2. Like, but the point is, it works for Switch. It can also work for PC, but I haven't attuned it to it, I guess. But I'm having fun with it. It feels nice in the hands. Nice and solid. Sticks work well. This one actually doesn't match the shirt. I just noticed that.
It's kind of reminiscent in a way because I actually have one of those Hyper King controllers. It came out a few years ago because I like the small retro style, but I won't say that my hands cramped up, but my fingers got a little cold when trying to use the top button, so I stopped using it. And it just wasn't as comfortable as compared to like the 8-bit dough, like portable controller style. So I might grab one of those for my Xbox. I haven't decided. But I mean, if you like that controller and enjoy it, you can have my other controller.
I'll keep that in mind.
All right, cool. All right, Mako, are you going to explain further in detail how you're not supposed to be here tonight?
Yeah, so like I said last week, since I had the other 4, I just had to have the last. So I got myself Elias.
Nice.
So now I have the regular set of 5 for the Clerks 3 pops. I know that there are alternative versions of, I know at least Silent Bob. So I know that there are others out there that go with this set, but I'm happy with just my 5.
Cool. So there's a total of 6 then. Interesting.
I think so.
Who else is there to
Alternative versions of them. I know there's 2 different Silent Bobs, but I don't know if there are others. Like I know that there's one with Silent Bob holding a camera.
Gotcha.
Might be the only one, but I'm not sure.
Sounds good. Oh, y'all should look into that the copy clean location extension. What it does when you share, if you right click and share with it, it just takes just the URL, not like the extra trackers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I realize that. Like, wait, how do you do that again?
You have to download. It's an extension called Copy Clean. Let's see, Copy Clean Link Location. That's what it's called.
Yeah, it looks like the one with Silent Bob with the camera would be the only one left.
Do you plan to grab that one?
No, I have the other one.
Which means you're planning on getting the other one, because we know how much of a fangirl over Silent Bob you are.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need every variety that comes out of things.
To to quote Ryoko from that one episode of Tenchi Muyo, "Ooh, you lie."
No, there are other pop figures that I would want before doing that.
All right, and as one person says in our chat room at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session, says, "Isn't Silent Bob holding a camera just Kevin Smith?"
Yes.
Oh man. All right, so let's see. I have caught up with The Dangers in Your Heart. It's a really good anime. Season 2 has really gotten a little bit deeper, so I'm really enjoying how that's playing out. I've taken a break from Uma Musume Pretty Derby because I got sidetracked. I am now watching Buddy Daddies. I'm on episode 8, I believe, and once I'm done with that, I'm going to start on to Jujutsu Kaisen because I need to do a little bit more research on Nanami because that's on my list of cosplays to do. Thankfully, I'm 20 pounds lighter than I was before, so his blue shirt looks semi-decent on me, you know. Caught up with my normal TV shows. Got a PlayStation that's coming tomorrow. And one thing I have mentioned before was when I was in Japan, I bought a bunch of figures that were on my wish list, and I removed those because I already had them. Now, it seems that there's another site, I think it's Big Bad Toy Store. They were having like a clearance sale on one of the figures that I wanted, and it came in, and I believe the price I paid is roughly about the same price I would have paid without the shipping on Otaku Mode. So I bought it here, and that is Mitsuri Kenroji from Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, and as somebody said in one of the group chats I am in, do I have to say the whole thing? And I said, to quote a pimp named Slickback, yes, you have to say the whole thing. It's like a Tribe Called Quest. You have to say the whole damn name. And the series is called Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. And I would have to say, Kenroji reminds me of, what if you gave Ukyo and her giant spatula could turn into this long ass sword that can whoop people's ass? She kind of is the Ukyo. Kenroji is the Ukyo of the anime, which is kind of cool to me. So, all right, now that we got that out the way, I had mentioned before the show, there's something I want to talk about regarding Katsucon. Two things. Please understand that the people who staff and volunteer for Katsucon are doing it for free. They're taking up to 4 days out of their weekend to come put together an amazing weekend for y'all. So please respect the staffers. Regardless of how you feel, they're doing their job. Sometimes what they're doing, they have no choice but to. So if they tell you to go, you can't do this, you can't do that, respect it. There is absolutely no need to tell somebody to unalive themselves if you didn't like what they had to say. Yes.
Holy crap.
Yes. A friend of mine who was staff for Katsucon this year, she was helping somebody in a wheelchair get across, and she was telling them to like make a path. Somebody said to her to unalive herself over it. I'm just like, it is not that serious.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Fucking scumbags.
Yeah. If it was me, I would have immediately yanked their badge and be like, oh, we're done. And I understand there are some people who have reacted differently, but not everybody can do that. And I don't think it was fair that that was said to her because she was doing her job. And that is no different from when you're in a store and they may not have what you're looking for. It's not their fault. There's no reason.
Blowing up on the cashier is not going to make things better for you.
Exactly. I'm like, it's basically redunculous. All right. Respect that. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is something that happened at Katsucon. I won't post the video of it, but I will post a link to it in our chat room here. Now, as you know, when it comes to masquerade events, they have people on cameras, on tripods, on podiums, to move the camera around so that people towards the back can watch the masquerade if they don't have good seats in the front. Understandable. Now, it seems that a particular cameraman, which I believe has been alerted by Capcom, evidently this camera person has a foot fetish, because it seems that a third of the skits that was shown on stage, the cameraman had the camera focus on the cosplayers' legs, feet, and shoes, whatever they were wearing. I personally find that appalling. I understand people have their fetishes, people have their kinks. A lot of stuff needs to stay behind closed doors and let it be. If this is your thing, good for you. Keep it to yourself. Don't put yourself in a position where you're going to share that all to the whole world. But even if that is not your thing, and that was purely by accident, which it was not, because according to the Twitter thread, this has happened multiple times, going back to 2020, people are going to assume that. Keep that to yourself, really. This Capcom is not a fetish convention. If it was, we wouldn't be having this conversation. It'd be a totally different story. So there. And now that we got that out of the way, let's get into tonight's story, shall we?
Yes, please.
Because we're going from one convention to another. Because we're talking about A-Kon, which is the U.S.'s one of the U.S.'s longest running conventions in this country. It seems that the con is being postponed. A-Kon 33 is not happening this year. The staff noted that the ripple effects from the pandemic is, I know we're in an endemic stage, but it's still at the time a pandemic. The pandemic caused unexpected challenges, which compounded A-Kon's own unique challenges as well. They put out a statement that they explained that during the pandemic, the con set up a board of investors to keep the event financially afloat, which has happened because a lot of conventions canceled, and a lot of them conventions don't have that clause in their contract where acts of God or medical emergency will get them out of it. Some convention centers, some hotels allowed cons to cancel without penalty. Others, not so much. And sometimes that penalty can actually bankrupt a convention. What some people don't understand is a lot of convention, there is a very thin line of profit,
Mm-hmm.
Most conventions are basically a small business. One wrong move can actually knock it out. So
yeah, most of the conventions that are out there that we usually go to that, are not crazy like PAX or anything like that. Most of them are nonprofit conventions.
Yep. They only have enough money in the coffers to keep the con, like pay whoever's on the board of directors if they're getting paid, equipment, a bit of a slush fund for emergencies, something,
Yeah, basically, all of your pre-registration for your badges going to that convention. They have to start giving money back for conventions that didn't happen.
Right.
That's money out of, what they had already been planning on. So when you have to give back money and then you get fees on top of that, then that's when you're kind of screwed.
Yep, basically. It's like paying when they pay for the tables and the sponsor, all of that. Yeah. So anywho, what had happened was the board of investors had run into funding delays, and the state of Texas had promised subsidies to cover certain expenses, but those are also delayed. The staff stated they are unable to honor the agreements with the venues, so to reboot their website, to sign talent, or move forward. Basically, they're stuck in a holding position till that funding comes through. And they said that if you pre-regged for the event, an email will be going out about getting a refund. As with many other anime cons in 2020, A-Kon canceled their event then due to said pandemic. The organizers said they had planned for an event in 2021, but it was delayed to 2022, which was good, which was kind of glad about that. The event was held at the Irving Convention Center at Las Colinas from June through the 5th of 2022, and was held again in 2023 from June 2nd to the 4th. The very first convention was held in 1990 and is North America's longest running anime convention. Yes, before it was just called A-Kon, the convention was called Project A-Kon. And if you know where they got the name of the convention from, you are old like me.
Yeah, from the anime.
Mm-hmm. Many issues of Ninja High School in the back was advertising for Project A-Kon, and that was a convention I always wanted to attend. Maybe if it happens again, I might take that trip down. All right. Now, speaking of oldest running stuff in North America, this was a shocker.
Yeah, oldest English language anime distributor acquired by MediaOCD.
Mm-hmm.
Video post-production company MediaOCD will acquire the distribution business of one of the oldest English language anime distributors in the United States, AnimEigo.
Mm-hmm.
Per ANN, the joint announcement made by MediaOCD and AnimEigo revealed the impending acquisition. AnimEigo's current and future limited edition crowdfunding releases will remain under the AnimEigo brand, while MVD Entertainment Group will continue making AnimEigo's home video releases available at retailers. AnimEigo's digital storefront will continue to operate under new management and will migrate to the MediaOCD website in the coming months. Let's see. Robert Woodhead and Natsumi Ueki, husband and co-wife owners of AnimEigo, they're responsible for the available of anime such as Bubblegum Crisis and Oh My Goddess. They'll lend transitional support to MediaOCD, which Woodhead initiated, could span a few years. Woodhead and Ueki will continue to manage current and future AnimEigo Kickstarter projects to assume all goods are delivered. The duo will also continue to provide support for previous Kickstarter fund releases, including the recently ended campaign for Super Dimension Fortress Macros 2 Lovers Again. And they intend to retire after the transition. I'm not all that up on distributors as some other people, so I'd never even heard of these people.
All right, so I have. Go back to the late 90s. AnimEigo was like one of the names out there because they put out not just Oh My Goddess, they put out Bubblegum Crisis, Bubblegum Crash. They put out Kimagear Orange Road. They put out Urusei Yatsura. They put out a lot of series back then, but I guess they got pushed to the wayside when other brands came up out of nowhere. But they were still pushing along doing Kickstarters. Like I got the Kickstarter for I got two Kickstarters for them, Bubblegum Crisis and Gunsmith Cats, which was originally, the original release was, I believe, VHS, which I think I had from ADV Films, and then they put it out on DVD, and I don't remember what happened to it. I think I let a friend borrow it, and I never got it back, but I'm so glad they re-released it on Blu-ray. It's a great series. I think next time I go over to Mako's, I'm gonna go digging in the trenches and pull it out and be like, you have got to watch these 3 episodes. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool. Now, the person behind this, Justin Savakis, I was surprised. I mean, I don't follow him on Twitter as much as I used to, but I believe he got his start, doing, I know he's known for doing, his company's known for doing the discotheque media releases, but early on, he would talk about his beast of a machine that he would sit there and do the renders and do the DVDs and see how they would come out. I believe he got started like in New York with Central Park Media or Media, somewhere around there. That's what I'm thinking. I might be incorrect. If I am, please let me know, because I would like to make sure proper credit is given where proper credit is due. I'm really surprised about this, but not in a bad way. I was like, in a pleasing way, because I trust the work that he does. So this is going to be a really good thing. I have a feeling that the stuff that they're going to put out now is going to be printed on demand, because it seems that Warner Brothers, I think it's Warner Brothers, the vast majority of the videos and Blu-rays and stuff that you order on their website is printed on demand only. Which to me makes kind of sense. Someone wants to order these titles, put the discs in, tell it to hit the burn these, let it ride. Go to the print shop, send up these print jobs, let it go. I think that's kind of cool. Yes, and as for the Dirty Pair one, yeah, I'm waiting on that to be finished too. I dropped my $250 on it almost 2 years ago. I don't mind.
Oh, good. I feel like it's nice knowing I'm not the only one who's still waiting for this.
No. See, Robert Wood, he lets people know. He's not one of those who shirks off somewhere. So he's good people's, like my copy. I think my copy of Gunsmith Cats got porch snapped or never showed up, and I let him know, and he's like, it's a good thing. We have extras, and I had it shipped to my job so I could have it. So,
Damn, now that's really fortunate.
Yeah, I realize if anything that gets porch snapped, when I get the replacement, if possible, I send it to work. Which reminds me, I ordered some replacement K-Cups because we have Keurig machines at work, but I'm tired of the same brands that they always get, so I end up ordering my own. And I'm still waiting it's supposed to be delivered today. And according to Amazon, the package is still out for delivery to work. Yeah. I expect it tomorrow. Useless
I hate when that happens.
But on the plus side, the little golden books that they have?
Mm-hmm.
I found one for the Golden Girls and I ordered it.
Awesome.
And there was another one about the Golden Girls where they're all like little kids having a sleepover or something like that. It's a board book. I plan on picking that up too. They look so precious in like super deformed Funko style, I that's gonna be part of my collection. So I have the Betty White one. Now I'll have the Golden Girls one. And I have to get the other one too. So, wait, what? The Golden Girls was the night before Christmas. Oh, good Lord. They're a book of quips and quotes. Look, if I want to hear Golden Girls quips and quotes, I will contact my friend Tom, who makes an amazing Dorothy Zbornak, okay? All right?
Or you can just turn on any episode of the Golden Girls.
True, but I'm just saying, All right, we're going to get into our next story here about Pokemon. Now, a friend of mine posted about this on his Facebook, and I'm like, what, really?
Yeah, so Pokemon will be gracing the cover of Time magazine. But not just one cover. There are going to be 4 variants to collect. So Time magazine is releasing a special edition, and in true Pokemon fashion, you'll have to collect them all. So there's going to be a Pikachu, a Bulbasaur, a Charmander, and a Squirtle. It is the magazine actual story is going to be covering the franchise's 25-year-long history in America. That's now being called the world's most valuable media franchise. Pokemon, the games, the shows, the evolution, the cover teases. 25 years, Pokemon in America. In addition to exploring the franchise's success, the magazine will provide guides on mastering Pokemon Go. And the style is very Gen 1. For those that are looking for them, it is very, very Gen 1 in the way that the Pokemon are on here. So the magazine released on February 9th. and will be displayed until May 10th. Each cover is going to be about $15. It's $14.99 in the US or $18 in Canada. You can also order them from Amazon. The magazine will explore Pikachu's influence in depth, again seen in the recent McDonald's and Pokemon Happy Meal toy collaboration. It will also discuss the Pokemon trading card game featured on the news recently after a Japanese store was raided for Pokemon cards. Obviously, I believe we covered that. So Time Magazine has previously featured Pokemon. That was in 1999 with the tagline, "Many kids, it's now an addiction. Cards, games, toys, a new movie. Is it bad for them?"
Oh boy, these hot takes never die, do they?
So this just shows how far the franchise has come. The magazine is among the most popular worldwide, with over 1 million copies in circulation as of last year.
Wow.
And obviously, yeah, Time Magazine is one of those Uber magazines. So they described the special Pokemon edition when Pokemon came to America in 1998. Scores of fans rallied to embrace the universe already beloved in Japan. What's not to love? The franchise now features more than 1,000 critters, ranging from cuddly to formidable to downright spooky. Chief among them is Pikachu, whose popularity is as strong as ever. This special edition of Time explores the power of the Pokemon franchise, discussing the history and influences behind the iconic video games. The issue documents the surge around Pokemon Go and highlights tips and tricks for mastering the game. Plus, learn about Pokemon trading cards and how to explore that lucrative market. This edition is printed using a high-quality matte interior paper and printed on demand for immediate fulfillment. In other Pokemon news...
Gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon.
So to commemorate Pokemon Horizons coming to the West, the Pokemon Company is celebrating by having New York City lit up.
That's cool.
What it means is that, according to a recent press release, the Pokemon Company is collaborating with the world's most famous building, quote unquote, for a dual celebration of Pokemon Day 2024 and the upcoming Western premiere of Pokemon Horizons, which, as we all know, is the first mainline Pokemon game, Pokemon anime that will not feature Ash Ketchum. So, on February 27th, the Empire State Building's tower lights will illuminate the evening sky in the bold yellow and blue colors of the iconic Pokemon logo. The light show is scheduled to run from sunset to around 2 a.m. Additionally, Pokemon is also integrating its popular mobile game Pokemon Go into the festivities. Players who visit the Empire State Building on February 27th will be able to complete timed research tasks for special rewards, including incense and lore modules. Temporary themed Pokestops will be available in the building and surrounding areas. Players will also have a chance to encounter a special catchable Pikachu wearing a party hat. Those who won't be in New York City on February 27th can join in the festivities through the Empire State Building's various social media channels, including Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Pokemon Horizons star Captain Pikachu will appear via a short scene of him exploring the Empire State Building's observatory.
Sounds cool.
So I thought that was really freaking cool.
It is. And I wanted to go check it out, but I realized that's next Tuesday.
You won't get time off to go there?
I won't have enough time to go there to check it out and then pick up dinner and make my way here.
Right. Good point.
Yeah, that's what it is. And I can tell you this.
Have time to head over and just take pictures?
No, I might. We'll see how it goes. But as for activities within the Empire State Building, I'll tell you this right now. It's going to be the lobby, probably the first floor, and the observatory tower. That's probably what it is. Because I doubt there's any empty floors they're going to let the weebs on to go walk around and play. I doubt that.
Yeah,
I don't doubt that for a second.
Yeah, no. So the event is also organized in cooperation with the Toy Foundation, which is a New York-based charity organization that has provided recreational resources to over 31 million children around the globe. To commemorate Pokemon Day 2024, the Pokemon Company will donate over $10,000 to the Toy Foundation to help fund its current projects. This is just one part of Pokemon's long-standing partnership with the Toy Foundation, as the beloved multimedia giant has collectively donated over $3.7 million worth of Pokemon trading card game and Pokemon Center products to the organization. So for those that are interested, Pokemon Horizons will debut on Netflix in North America on February 23rd.
I assume you're going to watch?
The more that I see coming out of what the anime is, I will probably sit down and watch it. But there might be too many changes for me as an adult fan to continue watching it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on that.
Like this change, it's not being done for the fans of the series now. It's really being done to kind of, reboot, I guess. So I'll watch it because it seems like it's going to be a cute anime, but depending on, if I can get over missing what I want to be in the series.
You care to tell us?
Whether I continue watching it or not.
Care to tell us? Care to tell us what's missing?
Oh,
Familiar faces. Familiar faces.
Yeah, more that, there are certain characters I can understand them wanting to get away from. But, I wouldn't mind seeing cameos of them. And what I've been hearing, they did say that should Ash show up, he would still be 10. So it's not like she's his kid or something like that, which, would explain them going on to different characters. They said that if he were to show up, he would still be 10. So it's a little weird. And I think I'm mostly going to miss Team Rocket.
We've said this countless times on the show. More people are upset that Jesse and James, or if you follow the Japanese version, Musashi and Kojiro, will not be coming back, okay? No one gives a damn about Ash and Pikachu. All the love is going to Jesse and James.
I do. I care about Ash.
We know you do, and I care about Brock, but the general consensus is they care more about Jesse and James.
Yeah, I know.
And for those of you who don't know by now, if you read the manga, they got married and had a kid.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to miss it. I was one of those people, way back when Pokemon wasn't even heard of here except for games, that was looking for, the little Pokemon handheld Pikachu thing that, was basically a pedometer.
Yeah, Pokemon Pikachu.
Yep. I was one of them, looking for that as soon as it was announced and could not find that shit anywhere. So, I mean, it's sad as a fan to see, what brought me into the fandom no longer being part of the anime. The Pokemon are still there, and I get it. That's really part of it, but a lot of people got into it, not just from the games, but from the anime.
Yeah, because the thing is, in Japan, the Pokemon games came out first. Then I think maybe like a year or so later, the anime came out. Whereas here in the States, it was just one media blitz for all of it at once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, as somebody that goes through, you know, gamer ADD horribly,
Mm-hmm.
to be able to continue following the series in an anime format really did help me. So having one character that went through the entire series, went through all the journeys, went through all the games, and have that character gone is just, it's, you know, sad. Very, very sad.
It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what else do we have here? All right, Ari, tell the people about how much money the animators in Japan make.
So the Nippon Anime and Film Culture Association, or NAFCA, revealed that 40% of the 311 anime surveyed make a yearly income of under 2.4 million yen. That is less than $16,000 US. This rose to 50% for animators in their 20s and 30s. In addition, 68.7% of respondents worked 8 hours a day or more, with over a quarter working over 10 hours or more. NAFCA noted little reduction in working hours even for animators 50 and older, posing serious health risks. Additionally, with older animators unable to take any time off to train the younger generation, this has contributed to the skill gap that Jujutsu Kaisen O chief animator director Terumi Nishi, a key NAFCA supporter, has been calling for the industry to correct. Despite anime blossoming into a nearly 3 trillion yen industry, it's about 20 billion US, NAFCA has identified that profits aren't trickling down to the creatives. Very poor choice of words there. The association calls for animation studios to receive mandatory minimum of 30% share in an IP, meaning that studios can continue to make money years after release. Most animator studios are treated for hire, meaning employees are paid solely for their work at the time, reaping none of the benefits that come afterward. This treatment extends even to character designers who, notably even for the original anime series, often have no share in the copyright despite playing one of the most foremost parts in a series' marketability. NAFCA calls on the government to take the lead on this, as well as enforce a limit on the number of anime productions. While this may improve unpopular to many fans, the association notes that the number of yearly anime productions has tripled from 100 in the year 2000 to 300 in 2021. This is while the number of animators is growing at a much slower rate, with the example of animators only increasing from 4,500 to 5,200 between the years 2010 and 2020. The current growth of anime products is spearheaded by investors who see high demand and a business opportunity, which poses a long-term threat to the sustainability of the anime industry. As an Anime Insider recently noted that China could surpass Japan in production if freedom of expression restrictions were lifted. Other countries with deeper pockets than Japan likewise pose a long-term threat to the industry. So yeah, you're not paying your workers properly, and it's starting to come back to bite you in the ass.
Yeah, because they want to churn them out as quickly as possible. There's not enough time for that. And if you want time for that, you're not paying enough people to get it done, you know? I mean, like, look at Sailor Moon Crystal. They had to go back and redo almost every single episode for the DVD and Blu-ray release. I mean, come on.
They had to fix all that shit in post release.
Ridiculous. But let's talk about something different.
I have to step out for now, guys. I'm afraid.
All right, don't worry about it, dude.
Still gotta get up 4:30. That's not something I'm a fan of.
It happens to the best of us.
All right, I will see you guys next week.
All right, man. You take care.
Bye.
Okay, and we flip that over to 2-play mode, where it's just the two of us. And I just realized when I refix up my mixer, the icon for 2-player mode is not even there. I actually need to fix that. I'll fix that after I do this story. So let's go ahead and talk about Initial D. It seems that Toyota, the car manufacturer, created an anime series inspired by Initial D. That's one way to promote your vehicles. The series is called Grip. It's a 5-episode series aimed to attract potential car enthusiasts through the popularity of anime. Seems legit. It's like half the cartoons out there are just to sell toys, you know? As per Variety, the show is particularly inspired by the success of Initial D, the classic racing anime that maintains its popularity today. And if you don't believe me, you go into any Dave & Buster's or any multi-level arcade, and you'll see people playing Initial D. It also hopes to bring universal and topic themes to the fore, such as the use of AI, all via high-speed Toyota race cars. The first trailer is available on their official website. And it's called Grip, a Toyota story. It was developed by Intertrend, a marketing agency based out of Long Beach, California. Grip tackles the growing fear of AI in a futuristic world dominated by the company SynthCorp. Using AI-controlled cars that are supposedly safer, the company is opposed by protagonist Jay Kang and his fellow racers. The series will tie into real-life Toyota Gazoo racing team, with fans likely noticing many of the Easter eggs in the anime. As per the target audience, Grip is made to appeal to Gen Z and Asian American youth, using the anime format as a pathway to getting into the company's cars. And you're also going to be appealing to Gen Xers and millennials who watched Initial D. Intertrend Executive Director of Strategy and Creative, Matthew Choi, also noticed that the series was inspired by classic shows such as Initial D, which also dealt with racing and real-life cars. This makes Grip one of the few examples of this form of narrative for product placement. For instance, the Sunrise series High Drivers, which features collaborations with numerous car manufacturers, that was announced in 2022, but there has been no update since that announcement. It's probably all the licensing and all of that stuff, so, you know, that's kind of interesting. All right, let's see, what do we have left here? All right, bring it on home, Mako, with some Sailor Moon.
Yeah. So, you know how Japan has a love for designer manhole covers?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it seems that Minato City in Tokyo will be adding from the Sailor Moon series.
No shit.
Okay, so the official Twitter account for Sailor Moon announced on January 30th that the new manhole covers will appear in 5 locations in Minato City. So Sailor Moon takes place in these different cities. So you'll have Juban, which is the home of Usagi and her friends.
Mm-hmm.
You have the official website for Sailor Moon and Minato City list the planned locations. So it will be the entrance to the Azabu Juban Sotengai by the Minato City Minato Public Library, by the Toyo Iwa Kindergarten and Elementary School, by the Tokyo Tower at the Shiba Water Supply Station Park, and at the entrance to the Kinaka Shotengai. So Minato City website also reveals the designs of the manhole covers in the same order as previously listed in the locations will be Sailor Moon with Tuxedo Mask and Luna, the 5 Senshi on a blue background, the untransformed Sailor Guardians, the Sailor Guardians with a green background, and the Sailor Guardians with a yellow background. All the designs use series creators' art style and not the style used in the 1990s anime series or in Sailor Moon Crystal. These are all art style. While no installation date has been announced, MediaOCD plans to have the covers installed sometime in March. So the covers just missed the franchise's 30th anniversary in 2022, but their installations are a testament to the popularity of Sailor Moon. So there is some distance between the 5 manhole covers, and the exact location hasn't been given, but it will give fans a chance to explore the city Sailor Moon and her friends live in. So if you're going to be in that area, you might want to look down instead of looking up.
Mm-hmm. You know what would be kind of cool when they do like these limited edition manhole covers? Make reproducible collectible coins, you know? That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
I would
have one side be what is shown and the other side be, either something from the series or something about the city or something like that. That would be cool.
I'm thinking like, one side is like a typical manhole cover, and then you flip it over, it's the limited edition one, and it kind of sits like in a little box, and you have like the little tidbit of information about the city or something like that, where, that'd be kind of cool.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
And I mean, Japan, they're all about their collectibles.
Mm-hmm. And you know how us American fans are. We'll collect them and jack them up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're going to get into the best part of the show that y'all really stick around for. Meanwhile, in Japan. All right. And Mako has player's choice tonight.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I'm gonna go with the last one.
I had a feeling. I am going to go with the second story. And for those of you who read our little summary, you probably already know what we're going to talk about. And in this case, I am going to talk about how there's a vending machine in Yokohama that's selling day-old bread. Day-old bread. Well, Japan may be known for its impeccable cleanliness and hygiene, but the flip side of that in the food industry is that they can end up with a lot of food waste. In recent years, though, efforts have been made in restaurants and hotels like to reduce food waste in creative ways, such as selling Fukubukuro Lucky Bags. And Fukubukuro Lucky Bags, eco bags, these are just bags with food in them that you could pick up for a certain price, which is pretty cool. It's sort of like how some restaurants and stores here, like at the end of the night, they'll just like put products down at half price. Or if you go into a Dunkin' Donuts before, like a half hour before it closes, and you ask for a donut, they'll give you 2 or 3 because they're trying to get rid of all the food. It's kind of cool like that. One particular method to tackle the problem in Yokohama City is garnishing nationwide attention. Unsold bakery bread from the local shop Emichi Pan, set to be thrown out at day's end regardless of expiration date, is now being sold in locker-style vending machines in Kanai Station on the Yokohama subway line. When Emichi Pan closes at 7, they gather the bread that hasn't been sold, mark at least 30% off the sale price, and put it in the station's SDG's station lockers for bread bargain hunters to purchase. The vending machine is so popular that lines often form even before the lockers have been filled, and all the bread is sold out before night's end. It's estimated that this effort alone could save 1 or 2 tons of food waste per year, making it great for the wallet and the planet alike. Japanese netizens have had mixed reactions to the news, though with some full support of it and others concerned about possible complications in the future. I think it's great to test out, but I worry about safety and hygiene. If someone were to get food poisoning, who would take responsibility? The bakery is also taking a risk. If they sell too many products at a discount, fewer people may buy at a full price. I want one at my local station. We also have, this country wastes too much food. I want bentos and burgers to be discounted too. Just because the sell-by date passed doesn't mean it's bad, which is true for some products. In any case, many happy buyers are going home with discounted bread at Kenai Station. As the SCG lockers aren't exclusively for MHE bread, could be curiosity to see if other local businesses will use the lockers for similar efforts. Okay, so here's the thing. If the bakery is putting these breads in the lockers for sale and someone gets sick for it, the responsibility of that falls upon the station and the bakery. They will take care of that. As for discounted bread, I can see that. Because if you know which breads are going to be in there all the time, then you're not going to want to go and buy it in the store. And I get that. And what's going to happen is, with leftovers, the bakery is going to reanalyze how much to bake, and that could definitely cut down. Because who knows? Maybe one day, there's a particular loaf that you like, and because not many people are liking it, they may have cut production on that, and then when you go to the locker, your favorite loaf is not there. Could happen. I mean, when I worked at Starbucks, like the prepackaged sandwiches, we were forced to throw them out, but as employees, we were allowed to basically take them home. Just can't show that you have them. We could just take them home, and that's what we did.
Yeah, when I was younger, one of my neighbors worked for Roy Rogers, and anything that was left over, they took home. So she would come home and she'd knock on my door and say, "Hey, you want some chicken?" I was like, "Hell yeah, I want some chicken." But yeah, a lot of the bakeries do the same shit. By the end of that day, they can't, it's not fresh anymore.
Right.
It's good. It's not going to go bad. It's just not quote unquote fresh. So they end up either giving it to the people that work there, or, some bakeries have it set up to, donate it to a shelter or something like that.
Yeah.
I think this is a great idea.
Yeah.
Especially for people, one, that are looking for a snack after work or after school, or two, especially those that are, out drinking after work and may need to carb up before they go home. It's a great idea.
I mean, I can see them doing both, donating some of the bread to local shelters and pantries and putting the rest up for sale, You don't know if it's going to be the same one all the time, so why not?
Right. And the thing is, I can't imagine, the people that are going into these bakeries being the same customers that would be getting them out of the lockers.
Yeah, and also one thing, because of people's work shifts, they might not even be able to get to the bakery and buy it, They may not get out till late. They have to go to the locker because this bakery closes at 7 p.m. What if you get out at 7? You can't make your way, You can't get there before work. You don't want to keep the bread there at your desk or wherever you're working, or you can't make it through, while you're on your break. So why not?
Yeah, I mean, the people that are going to a bakery during the day, you've got your lunch crowd for those that can actually leave work to go pick up lunch. But, I mean, then you have, moms and kids, and that's it. But, the after hours, that's, moms are home, younger kids are home. That's going to be all of your salarymen, all of your workers, returning home late. That's it's I think the issue that they're saying may happen because of supply and demand is just not going to be an issue.
Right. Because like I said, when they realize what's being sold, I see like the production of baked goods being slowed down some. I kind of see that happening.
I mean, I think if they're selling more at a discounted rate, then they may, make more just to be able to sell it later.
Maybe. All right, Mako-chan, tell everybody about what doctors recommend to do when it comes to hay fever.
Yeah, so if you have hay fever, listen up. So with the weather warming up in Japan, it means that it's the season in which the sugi cedar trees start pollinating with wild abandon. In the past, several techniques to reduce the irritation of hay fever have come forward, but more relief is always needed. In search of relief was the Tokai TV program News One, which spoke with Takigawa Iki Iki Clinic in Nagoya. Their main advice was to keep your body temperature up because hay fever symptoms tend to be more intense as the body cools down. So, of course, they recommended, standard ways to do that, like taking a hot bath or wearing a haramaki belly band. Other ways that you can do that would be to, get some exercise. But, we don't always have time or energy to do a 3-mile jog. So they recommend cockroach exercises.
What?
Cockroach exercises simply involve the person lying on their back, sticking their arms and legs straight up in the air, and wiggling them around like a dying cockroach.
Ugh.
And they want you to do this about 30 seconds to a minute, and that will help improve circulation, which in turn warms up the body.
That's kind of wild.
This shouldn't be confused with the dying cockroach, which is an exercise that is similar, but involves holding your arms and legs still while raising your shoulders to strengthen your core. So sure, you can probably do some jumping jacks, but cockroach exercises are accessible to a wider range of physical abilities and age groups, and quite frankly, they look a lot more fun to do. So the next time you end up with hay fever, just, lie down and wiggle around like a complete and total idiot.
It's that new dance craze. Do the cockroach.
Oh, Japan.
Move over, Harlem Shake. We have the cockroach.
Oh my god.
Oh, by the way, I just realized there is a cockroach dance per se.
Yeah.
You've seen Hairspray, right?
Yeah.
You remember the stomp?
Oh my god. So, if we're gonna go with a real cockroach dance, then you gotta go back to Joe's apartment. Now that is a cockroach dance.
Funky towel, towel's got the funk. Funky towel, towel's got the funk.
Yeah, my favorite is them around the toilet. Welcome to Joey's toilet.
Ding, ding, ding.
Boing, 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 boing.
I remember when that movie came out, me and Lauren, we went do the whole funky towel thing back and forth just because we were bored half the time.
I watched that movie in theaters probably 3 or 4 times. And then once it was released, my friend and I would sit there and watch it after school days on end. Days on end.
I can just picture your mom walking going, aren't you two just tired of this shit?
No, she wouldn't have. I mean, she would have questioned my sanity for watching this movie more than once. But I had such a crush on Jerry O'Connell that she wouldn't have questioned me watching it. Just because he was, Joey.
Oh, Lord. Good times indeed. Okay. I think it's time for us to wrap the show up at this point.
I would agree.
Yes. Well, I made that mistake. For those of you who may have slightly heard the ending track, it was coming through my PC speakers and not the mixer, because me decided to move the audio output to the mix board for some odd reason, or it just randomly decided to do it on its own. So now that it's fixed, there we go. So if you like tonight's show, tell a friend. They in turn will tell another friend, and so on and so forth. We're independent bloggers, independent podcasters. We do this for the fun of it. So what we like and don't like, we're going to straight up tell you. If you have any questions about the show, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. Don't forget to visit our website at animejamsession.com, where you will find not just our weekly podcast, you'll find anime reviews, editorials, cosplay tips and tricks, cosplayer interviews, links to our social media pages of convention and cosplay coverage and videos, and a whole lot more. Check it all out at animejamsession.com. And don't forget to check out the podcast. It's available anywhere where podcasts are downloaded. So if you're using iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, anything like that, just search Anime Jam Session and we'll come right up. So check out some of our greatest hits, greatest misses, all of them, and then some. And it's cool if you could leave us a review, because I know some apps have that ability, so we want to know what you think. So that way, if you want to do that instead of shooting us an email, either or, it's greatly appreciated. Don't forget to follow us on our social medias. Anime Jam Session at YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Follow us on those so you can see latest convention coverage, convention videos, when we're going live, articles, all that, and a lot more. And to everybody who follows us on those, thank you so much. We could not do the show without y'all. So now, don't forget, we have a tip jar. Down below, is this where I put that? Yeah, this is where I put it. There are links to our stream elements, our Ko-Fi, and what else do we have here? And our Streamlabs page. You can cheer us on with bits. You can sub to the channel. Whatever it takes, whatever you feel like it. We appreciate all of that. So now we're going to go around the room. Last words, Mako-chan.
I am so freaking tired. I'm going to appreciate going to bed.
My last words. Again, I ate half of my wings for dinner. I think I sucked down a seventh one, but I'm still full, so it works. Well, that is it. End of list. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. Hopefully, Ari will be able to stick around for the full 90 minutes. Will y'all be here? We hope you are, so we appreciate y'all. So now we're going to wrap it up and get up on out of here. So, yeah. All right. Say goodnight, Mako-chan.
Good night, Mako-chan.
Perfect. We're out of here. See you all next week.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on this show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it. For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!